Okay, so this is what I've been wondering about. I know you say that in order for a woman to find that perfect man, her life partner, kind of what most women are looking for in dating, that women need to date a lot of guys, right?
Yeah.
To maximize, the probability of finding the right one.
Uh-huh.
And what I think a lot of women struggle with is that they understand, yes, in theory, probability of like hitting the right one is higher if there are more hits. Is that emotionally, psychologically, physically, it's hard to date more than one guy at a time. And from what I'm hearing from some women is that it takes away from the energy. If you're a woman and you're dating, guys that aren't necessarily going to be the right one, that you're going to marry, that you're taking away your energy from finding him if you're messing with all these other guys.
But how do you know who's the right one?
Well, I guess the idea is that they're not all the right one, and if there's any glimmer of, oh, this guy, pissed me off because he did this, or this other guy said that, or this other guy didn't do this thing I wanted him to do, that they then get cut off, because you don't want to be wasting your time or whatever.
Right, but either way, don't you gotta date different guys to get to that guy? Because like you're saying, well, this dude, he's not the one that I feel like we're connecting.
Right.
So then you got to go get somebody else,
so
right?
So you do agree to cut guys off and keep seeing someone else?
Yeah, I agree. I agree that you should be, if you're with a dude who you're not feeling, yeah, you should cut him off and you should see somebody else. But the point is that what most women are doing, or what most women are saying, is that they can't do it at the same time. You understand?
Right. So that's the other problem, is that, and I'm trying to understand this because I feel like it's been a while since I was single and I even thought about it like this, but I feel like dating more than one guy at a time can be emotionally draining, right? Because you're feeling a certain way about one guy and then you're seeing another guy, and that it's confusing and emotionally draining, and so it doesn't really work out.
Right, but anything that you really want to happen is going to be emotionally draining. Like if you're trying to look for a job, it's going to probably be emotionally draining because it's hard to get a job out here. If you're trying to get your master's degree or something, it's probably going to be emotionally draining from all the studying and all the tests and all the things you have to take to get that. If you want to lose weight, it's going to be emotionally draining because you got to go to the gym and eat right and do all this other stuff. So there's nothing that you're going to do that you want a result from that's not going to be emotionally draining because it takes work, and there's no different with dating. But you see, it's like women want to go around or take a shortcut or try to find, this magic formula, or, well, let me just, put one foot in and stick one foot out and expect things to happen. It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to put in that energy to get what you want. There's no way around that. And it's like,
I guess the problem, sorry, I'm cutting you off, but I just feel like the problem is like this whole idea of like cheating or being the kind of woman that sees more than one guy, is that that's emotionally draining? Because then you have to identify with like being a slut, right? And what the man of your dreams wouldn't want to be with a slut. So if you're behaving that way, how are you going to get him? You know what I'm saying?
Right, but if the man of your dreams is looking at you as a slut, as a bad thing, then that's not the man of your dreams. Because why would you want a man who's going to, judge you like that or look at you like that? You understand? Like the guy who wants to be with you wants to be with you because there's something about you that he feels a connection with, a connection to, which draws him to you, which makes him
And
want
the fact
to.
that you're seeing other guys isn't going to detract from that?
No, because if you're seeing other guys, you're just dating. You're not with any one of these guys
Right.
yet. You're just dating.
And
So
you
that's
think
the
that he
difference.
would-
You're not cheating. You're
You
just
think
dating.
that guys would generally understand, oh, she's dating and she's trying to find the right guy and
Yeah, of course.
not hold it against her?
Of course.
So I think that a lot of women avoid that situation because they don't want, because they assume like a guy that would be willing to settle down and be a good husband doesn't want to be with someone that's like dating other people.
But everybody's dating other people. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless the guy is a moron or he's naive, he's not gonna like. And the messed up part is there is actually guys who think, oh well, I'm dating this girl, and they think she's the only one that's with him, and it's like that's not the truth. But the thing is, you're supposed to, go out and date as many people as possible, because it's not about that guy you're dating now. It's about you finding what you want. The same way he's trying to find what he wants, and he's probably dating other women. You understand what I'm saying? So you should be dating other guys to get to the point where you're finding a guy you connect with, because it's about finding people you have a mutual connection with, and the only way to do that is to go around and date other people.
Date new people.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So you do recommend cutting people off along the way.
Yeah, you
And keep
you
it
could.
moving. But what if there's like one, and this is the other thing I'm wondering about, is like if there's one quality of the person that you really like and you know that he's not going to ever like be your husband, like he probably has said, hey, like I'm not looking for anything serious, but let's say you have really great sex with him. Is that a reason to cut him off?
Because he said he's not looking for anything serious?
Yeah.
No.
But you
what?
want something serious and he doesn't.
Yeah, so you can still have the good sex with him while you're looking for somebody serious.
But what about that, like,
That what?
that feeling that you're, that it's taking away from the energy of looking for someone serious if you're having great sex with this one guy?
No, but you can have great sex with this one dude, still date other men, still have great sex with other guys, and then you can say, you know what, I'm having great sex with this new guy, and I connect with him on a personality level, and we connect on these other things. So then you tell the other guy, hey, look, it's been fun, but I'm gonna move on with this guy because he has everything
Great
that I
sex
want.
and something
Right.
else I want. Okay, so then this is the other part of that, like holding on to someone who says I'm not looking for anything serious, but you have great sex with him, is if you keep feeling a certain way about him and keep thinking that he'll change and he'll like decide to wife you up or whatever, is that a reason to cut him off?
To what? Because of what?
Because you're okay. So the woman in this situation is like, okay, well, I can keep dating other guys and still have great sex with him, but the problem is, like, every time you have great sex with someone, maybe you start feeling more emotionally connected, and then not only are you having great sex, but okay, sorry, I'm being confusing. So the woman is feeling like she's having great sex with this guy, and having great sex for women often translates to feeling emotionally connected. So not only is she having great sex with him, but she's also, keeps thinking about him in terms of like long-term dating. But he keeps asserting that he's not trying to get into anything serious. Is that a reason to cut him off?
Oh, because you feel like you're getting emotionally attached?
And he refuses to, yeah.
No.
You would still
you still stick around, because I'll tell you why. Because you being emotionally connected to him and y'all are hanging out and having sex means you are still actually with him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you're still with the dude, right? Now a lot of women come up with the excuse of saying, well,
what do you mean you're still with
meaning
him?
you're still hanging out with him, you're still having sex with him. So you're still able to see him and enjoy those moments when you have sex, right? But women will say, well, I'm emotionally connected to him because so I want more than that. I wish he would be my boyfriend. I wish this, this
Yeah.
other stuff would happen.
And it hurts when he says no,
Right,
and
but
so I don't want that hurt.
right. But the thing is that him saying no, right, isn't always definite. You understand what I'm saying? Like his mind can change. There's a lot of times where guys are like, "Look, I'm just trying to hang out. I'm just trying to, kick it and we have sex, we got fun, but I don't want nothing serious." And then next, those guys turn into serious long-term boyfriends because of how much time they've been spending with you, and then they started to feel you and like you and all the other stuff. So it could happen. It's not like it's impossible for it to happen. But the thing is that no. But look,
I don't know if he keeps saying, "Look, I really don't want anything serious. If you're looking for something serious, go with someone else."
Right, and then
but we can still keep having sex.
Right, and again,
but you want something serious with him.
Right, and then
you don't think that's a reason to cut him off?
But okay, so what would be the point of cutting him off?
So that you don't keep getting hurt emotionally when he says no, I don't want.
But why are you getting hurt emotionally when he says no?
Because you want him to say yes.
No, but why can't you find another guy who the sex is just as great as his?
Because you're being distracted from the way you're feeling about him and seeing him a lot.
No, but you can still...
So that's time that you're not looking for someone else.
No, but you can still do both. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't understand. Like,
you
can cut him off.
No, I can't do both because if I'm like emotionally connected with him and I'm wishing for him all the time, it's hard for me to focus on a new guy or focus on any other guy.
But you can, because women do it all the time. Women are out there dating multiple men right now.
Even
they're
when
having
one of them is like the guy that she really wants and keeps saying no.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. They do it.
So what is the problem with cutting him off? Why would you say don't cut that guy off?
The reason why I'm saying don't cut it off is because, one, you're enjoying the sex, so why would you cut off something you're enjoying, right?
But you're not enjoying the heartache.
But the heartache is coming from you creating that attachment to that, knowing he already said he doesn't want anything more than sex. So what I'm saying is, that's like me going into...
So cut the attachment off.
No. That's like me going...
Cut him off.
Listen, this is like... but this is what I'm saying. The point is, see... You have to learn how, right, to enjoy the moment. This is the problem with most women. Y'all don't enjoy the moment, so then y'all live your lives never really living because you were always thinking about the future. You're always thinking about what's going to happen next. You're not enjoying the moment. So if you're enjoying having sex with the guy, just have sex with him and knowing that this is the guy who might not, and I'm saying might, not be the guy that you're going to have a long-term relationship, committed relationship with for a long time. But it could happen where that guy could be that guy, because a lot of times guys, and this is what women don't understand, is that guys learn how much we like you through the sex we're having with you and the time we're spending while we're doing all that stuff. So sometimes it takes a man a longer time.
A few years?
Yes, to realize this stuff. This is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm saying is...
So then what are you supposed to ultimatum?
What do you mean?
Be like, well, if you don't marry me, it's been a few years, I'm cutting you off?
No, this is what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to ultimatum nothing. If he wants to do that, if he wants to have sex with you, I mean, if he wants to get with you on a different level,
he'll tell you someday.
Yes, right.
And you should keep dating other guys.
Yes, and you should keep dating other guys because so that you can still.
But if you can't focus on the other guys.
But you can focus. I don't understand why you okay. Think about this. Hold on. Think about this. I'll tell you why all that I can't focus is bullshit, right? Because women always try to act like, oh, well, my emotions and this and that, and it's killing me and all. No, it's not. Think about all the guys who you had sex with in the past, and, you liked them, probably you were catching feelings for them, and they're gone. You don't speak to them anymore. The relationship is over. And you're still alive. You're still alive. You're still breathing. You're still healthy. So what I'm saying is that all that stuff about you can't handle it is coming from you keep convincing yourself that you can't handle it.
Right. Whereas you're saying you can.
You can.
Try it out.
Right.
It's not going to hurt you.
Exactly. So
in fact, you'll get some good sex out of it.
Exactly. This is what I'm trying to say. But for some reason, women are creating that reality of, oh my goodness, well, I
can't have special moments with this guy and special moments with someone else.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
So this is interesting because I feel like it's true. When you get there, and you're like with one guy and you're like totally enjoying the hell out of him, and then you get with this other guy, you enjoy them independent of each other.
Right.
But it's hard in theory to believe that you are emotionally capable of that until you're doing it.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. But when
I guess you just have to say, hey, you know, try it, and you can do it. And I also feel like it's kind of like this whole like, oh, well, you can't love, you know, if you're in love with one person,
then you can't love somebody else. Exactly. That's the belief.
Whereas and then you say, well, you know, this guy has 3 kids. He doesn't love just one of the kids.
Right.
Right? He loves all of his kids. Just the way you can love all of your lovers or love all of your siblings.
Right.
Love all of your friends.
Right.
Right? And you are with one friend and you have an amazing night with that friend. You're not cheating on your other friends.
Right.
You're just having a great time with that friend.
Exactly.
And then you make plans to see your other friend.
It's the same damn thing. This is what I'm trying to say. It's the same thing. So why is it when it comes to sex and relationships, like, you know, like that type of situation?
It's harder to believe.
No, because, you know, women will say, well, you know, the oxytocin and we bond with the hormones and all that other stuff. And yes, that, you know, that plays parts in the situation. But the fact is that, you know, the interactions that women have had with men over the years, and, you know, and past the men that they've had, you know, sexual relationships with, right? Those relationships didn't you know, just because they are not together or you know, the relationships ended, it didn't necessarily literally have a negative impact on you. Like, it's not like you can't date anymore. You're crippled from making,
having a good relationship in the past.
Exactly. Like you're not crippled
right.
from future things.
I feel like people are scarred from bad relationships.
Yeah.
But if it's a good relationship,
right,
it doesn't hurt you.
Right, but also too, you got to understand who you're dealing with, because, like you said, if there's a guy that the woman's with, and he's, you know, he's just like, hey, I just want to have sex with you, and you're having great sex with him, right? Just look at that as that is what it is. Like, you know, that's what that situation is about. You understand what I'm saying? And if you want a different situation, you can have a different situation at the same time. You don't have to cut it off. Like, we're conditioned to think that, well, you know, I only can do this one thing at a time. And you do multiple things at one time in life. And the thing is that understand there's certain situations where you might want to focus on one thing, but then you focus on that one thing once that one thing has become, you know, the main thing. You understand what I'm saying? But if you know that this one thing isn't the main thing, you can still enjoy whatever it is happening in that situation until you find the main thing. You understand? Because this is what happens. This is why a lot of women mess up, is because they'll get with a dude, and then they get so caught up in him, and that's what the real waste of time is. You understand what I'm saying? They're saying, oh, I'm wasting time dating all these guys because I'm not concentrating on finding the right one. But in order for you to find the right one, you should be dating all these different guys, because you focusing on one guy who might not be the right one. Then you find out 2-3 years later, and now you wasted 2-3 years on one guy. You understand what I'm saying? When you could have been dating 3 dudes, and then for those 2 or 3 years, and then found out that one of those 3 actually worked out, instead of doing one at a time and then waiting 2 years and another 2 years. You're dating one guy, then another 2 years.
Like a whole century went past.
Exactly.
And you still didn't find the right guy.
You still didn't find the right guy.
Versus a few years.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
And you found him. Right.
You see what I mean? And the only way and like I was saying earlier, you have to put in some energy, and it's going to be emotionally draining. It's the same thing for, like, for example, when guys are out trying to find women to have sex with, that is emotionally draining, because we're constantly talking to hundreds of girls, trying to get, you know, these girls comfortable with us and into us, and, you know, we try to go out with, you know, get dates, and then we talk to, like, you know, 100 girls, and then it narrows down to maybe 50 will call us back, and then out of those 50, maybe 20 will come see us.
This is another audio.
No, but
clip altogether.
But this is what I'm saying though. What I'm trying to say is that there has to be work put in order to narrow it down or to get to the point where you have access to that person. You understand? So the same thing happens with women. Women think, oh, I see this guy at a party. I like him. He seems cool. I'm going to stick with him. I'm going to hopefully cross my fingers and hope that it works. And even though all he said he wanted was sex with me, I'm going to keep having sex with him. And then I'm going to hope and pray that he changes his mind, even though he hasn't changed his mind. And not see anyone else.
So you're saying do keep seeing him, but see other people.
Exactly. But if you
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was going to say, if you're having a good time with the guy, continue seeing him, but also you can still see other people. That's what I'm saying.
And I wanted to say, just a thought for women who are feeling emotionally drained, is that there are ways to develop a support network while you're dating.
Yeah.
And it's called good girlfriends, I guess. Or just friends in general, like sisters, people that you can talk to about it. You know, dating coaches, people who can, like, hear you out and understand that you're feeling emotionally drained, and just to have that support network.
Yeah.
Maybe it's called chocolate ice cream, I don't know. It's like, just have all those things in place so that, you know, well, let's not call it chocolate ice cream. Let's call it working out at the gym, lifting some weights, punching a punching bag.
Yeah.
You know, like ways to decompress, because it's emotionally draining, but that doesn't mean you need to feel drained all the time.
Right.
You should find ways to, you know, feel healthy and strong and empowered.
Right.
You know,
and also
as a channel.
And also too, if you, depending on how you look at the situation and your perspective, is that it's really only emotionally draining because of how you view what's going on. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So you could, like, look at it.
Right, because if you accept something as
like part of the
process, then even though, you know, let's say on a physical plane it might be a little taxing because you're like, okay, well, I'm out all the time, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but emotionally you'll be in a better place because your mindset of how these things go is different. You understand? But see, the problem is that, you know, for women, unfortunately, women seem to gravitate to, you know, this mindset of thinking that they sort of like need this process to go a certain way. Do you understand? Or like they feel like, well, if, you know, I can't do this because then something's going to affect me in this way and I have to, you know, protect myself from feeling this way. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand these things happen, but what I'm saying is that if you look at the situation a different way and understand it in a certain way, then, you know, it won't be that emotionally draining for you. But it takes practice, because you have to get out of that mindset of seeing it as, well, you know, I can't do this, and if I do this, then this bad thing is going to happen, or if I make this go down, then, you know, and it's always this negative thing. It's never in the you know, in this positive light, like, oh, you know, this will be fun to date different guys. It'll be fun to keep having this guy who gives me awesome sex. You understand what I'm saying? Like, why is it like, you know, you're getting great sex, but all you're worrying about is the fact that he doesn't want to be your man? You understand? It's like, you know, you're always glass half empty with your relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like what is that about?
That won't change when you get married if you're a glass half empty.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the fact that your perspective is all negative. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you could find that guy who, next thing you know, y'all want to get married, and next thing you know, you're gonna be like, oh, well, you know, you know, my husband does this and my husband does that and blah blah blah. So now you just moved on to another, you know, realm of negativity, just in a different, you know, space. So it's like, what's the point? Like, you got married. Exactly. Enjoy the process, enjoy the moment, and you'll be fine. Like, I don't understand, like, why, you know? It doesn't have to be so complicated.
All right. The message is, enjoy the process.
Exactly. And live in the now, and you'll be good.
All right, I think we're done.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. If you're tired of being single and want to find Mr. Right, then you need to join Mr. Locario's Bad Girl Membership Program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you find the guy you've always been looking for. Go to MrLocario.com to become a Bad Girl member today. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com.